Meteorologist Jessica Van Meter. Jessica, how's it looking?
It's definitely going to be an interesting change to see. We've not had a ton of cold or, really bad weather to speak of. But yeah, it's going to come in. We are going to see a very wintry setup as we get into the start of this next week that's heading our way. Really, we didn't have any issues today. Evening plans, good to go. Rain is going to be on the move and heading our way, moving in tonight and into tomorrow. Through the day on Sunday, we're going to have rain and winds that are on the increase. So temperatures on Sunday will likely be in the 40s for much of the day, but then colder air is going to be moving in. So as the colder air moves in, temperatures drop into the 30s, and that's going to mean that we get a changeover to snow. Still a big question tomorrow as to exactly the timing of that changeover and how quickly it can happen. It can happen, but we're going to see all snow developing, at least for the vast majority of us, by the time we get into Sunday night, and then lake effect snow taking over into Monday, and some of that lingering into Tuesday as well. So that's going to be our trio of weather impact alerts to start the week. I think Monday is going to be the day that most of us will likely need extra time, especially for travel, particularly through those morning commutes, and just some adjustments through the day on Monday. It's not going to be the biggest snow we'll probably have of the season for most of us, but it is the first snow when we're not exactly comfortable with winter driving and things like that, as we would be, say, later in the season. So really the core of our impact is going to be late Sunday, Monday especially, and then some of those linger into Tuesday as we work on kind of getting that lake effect to diminish and push further east. Beyond that, the rest of the week does look fairly quiet, and temperatures very quickly rebound back into the 40s going forward. But we're really going to watch on Monday and again early Tuesday in particular. We'll still have some snow, a little bit of mix possible, especially if you're closer to the lakeshore, immediate lakeshore that would be. Just plan on factoring in a lot of extra time. Any accumulations are going to be hit or miss, but especially with driving in the snow, it's always slow going, especially the first snow or two of the season. So just factor that in already, that you're going to need that extra time to get around, particularly Monday and the first part of Tuesday. We do have a winter storm watch that is in place for the majority of our counties, especially closer to the lakeshore and say along 76 roughly as kind of the cutoff for that. In north, we have those watches in place. Those are going to be going until Tuesday morning. And then again, we kind of improve things as we go through the day. So that's really where we have the best potential to have some of that snow actually adding up and accumulating. Now, one thing to note with where some of these other winter watches, advisories, warnings are, they're all downwind of the lakes as we go through the Great Lakes. So this is really going to be a lake effect driven event, especially where we have some of those heavier totals that will eventually develop. It's all going to be based on where those lake effect bands develop, especially through the day, Monday and Sunday night, Monday night as well. So lake snow is going to be the case for us. This system is still just off to our west, slowly but surely moving our way. It's pulling down a lot of cold air behind that. So that is going to be marching our way. Rain is still, even the leading edge of rain is still just in Indiana, so still going to be a little while before it gets to us. In the meantime, we've got a quiet evening. If there's anything else you want to get done before the bad weather moves in. Quiet conditions right now around Cleveland. Plenty of clouds, east winds at about 12 miles per hour. Temperatures are in the 40s for the time being, at least closer to the lake. So here's how this looks with that National Design hour by hour forecast. Again, rain is going to be on the increase as we go through the overnight, particularly after midnight for most of us is when we have that rain arriving. As we get into Sunday, rain will be likely through the day. Some pockets of heavier rain, rumble of thunder, not going to be out of the question. So this could still cause some issues with your travel plans on Sunday. Factor in a little bit of extra time there as well with the rain involved. And rain is going to be our primary form of precipitation through at least lunchtime with temperatures in the 40s. And then the question for the second half of the day becomes how quickly this cold air gets in and how quickly we can facilitate that changeover to snow. So that changeover is going to happen as we get some breezy winds into the mix as well as we get into Sunday evening, and then we'll work through that changeover on Sunday night, so that by Sunday night heading into Monday, we're looking at all snow at this point, mostly lake effect snow. I think will probably be a little more active than this particular model is trying to make it seem like for Monday, but this is going to be mostly lake effect. So really dependent on the exact wind direction that develops. Winds will be strong, so it's going to be very blustery, some low visibility, and as that snow falls, so that could also cause some issues through the day. Again, that lake effect will continue with us on and off as we go through Monday night, even into Tuesday morning. We could potentially still see some of that around, along with some breezy winds. Models have kind of been back and forth and all over the place with exact totals, and here's the thing to keep in mind. None of this set in stone at all. Could be a case of feast or famine. Some areas not going to see much snow at all. Some areas could really get that snow to add up, particularly for higher elevation areas and where we see some of those heavier lake effect bands setting up. That is really going to be key. So with that Union Home Mortgage forecast, we've got weather impact alerts Sunday, Monday, at least the first part of Tuesday as well. Plan on that extra drive time. It'll just save you some headaches down the road if you're already planning on it. Temperatures very quickly back into the 40s and even some 50s by the weekend. Sports is up after the break.